Hey folks, Jackdaw here. Today we're embarking on a different journey to celebrate the remarkable presence of Liara T'Soni, an adored character in the beloved Mass Effect trilogy and without a doubt a personal favourite for many fans, including myself. With bated breath, many of us eagerly anticipate the forthcoming installment of the Mass Effect series, which promises to bring Liara back in a truly triumphant fashion. And so today, let us delve into the profound impact Liara has had throughout the previous games and discuss the immense excitement surrounding her highly anticipated role in the next Mass Effect. Jumping straight into this, Liara T'Soni's journey throughout the Mass Effect trilogy weaves a mesmerizing tale of personal growth and remarkable transformation. Driven by her deep fascination with the Protheans, she embarks on a path as an archaeologist, unearthing ancient secrets and piecing together the mysteries of this forgotten civilization. Alongside Commander Shepard, she becomes an unwavering ally in the fight against the galaxy-devouring Reapers. One of the most gripping chapters in Liara's story unfolds when she confronts the enigmatic and powerful entity known as the Shadow Broker. In a daring move, she assumes the position, taking on the role of an influential information broker, all while remaining a stalwart companion aboard the Normandy. Liara's loyalty and unwavering support prove invaluable time and time again, as she stands by Shepard's side, equally through triumphs and heart-wrenching losses. Throughout her story, Liara faces numerous trials, including the devastating destruction of her homeworld Thessia. Yet it is through these experiences that Liara truly blossoms. Her resourcefulness, adaptability, and resilience are tested to their limits, ultimately solidifying Liara as an indispensable force within the Mass Effect universe. Recognized for her vast knowledge, powerful biotic capabilities, and unyielding strength, we can only imagine the profound impact Liara is going to have on shaping the future of the galaxy once again in the next Mass Effect. And speaking on that, the anticipation surrounding Liara's role in the next Mass Effect has ignited a whirlwind of theories and speculation across the extranet. Fueling the excitement further, project director Mike Gamble added a touch of enigma with a cryptic tweet teasing Liara's new role as a quote, Doctor, Shadow Broker, and redacted. This intriguing statement instantly sets my mind ablaze, pondering the many possibilities of Liara's next title in the upcoming Mass Effect. Upon close examination of the Game Awards 2020 announcement trailer, the exact trailer that confirmed Liara's return, one theory emerged suggesting that Liara might have assumed her revered title of Matriarch. And I'm drawing this conclusion from subtle details in Liara's face, such as the presence of delicate wrinkles around her eyes, potentially indicating the passage of significant time, setting the scene for this new game. However, the text in the latest teaser video that was released on N7-Day 2022 throws a twist into the mix, hinting that the transmission inside this video takes place a mere 4 years after the climactic events of Mass Effect 3. Both revelations opening up a world of alternate scenarios for Liara's role in the next game, but don't worry because we're going to explore both of those in this video. Let's first delve deeper into this Matriarch theory more. So this Matriarch Andromeda / Milky Way theory, I say that because there are like multiple theories in this one altogether. It brings forth a few fascinating possibilities for Liara's new role in the next Mass Effect. First up, let's take a step back and explore what a Matriarch is and what it means for Liara. As an Asari and by human measures, Liara possesses an extraordinary long lifespan, far surpassing that of any other species, with an average of 1,000 years. Now, to give you a bit more context, when we first encountered Liara in Mass Effect 1, she was a mere 106 years old, which is basically equivalent to a teenager in Asari terms. This youthfulness led to much skepticism from her peers regarding her research on the Protheans, hence why not many Asari took her seriously, because they viewed her as a teen, as you would if you heard a 10-year-old explaining a prehistoric apocalypse. Now, the Asari life cycle follows 3 distinct stages, that being Maiden, Matron, and Matriarch. Now, ignoring the Maiden and the Matron stages of life for now, the Matriarch stage begins at around 700 years of age in an Asari's life. Essentially, Matriarchs become active members in the community as sages and consulars, nurturing and fostering younger Asari communities. They rarely venture beyond Asari space, prioritizing their role as caretakers and remaining close to their homelands. An iconic example of a Matriarch we have seen in Mass Effect is of course the beautiful, benevolent Samara, who kind of doesn't really fit into your typical Matriarch, which shows that Liara can equally do the same, not just fit into that stereotypical mold of what is expected of a Matriarch. So, if the next Mass Effect game aims to connect within the events of Andromeda, which took place 600 years after the Mass Effect trilogy, there is a golden opportunity for these two games to intertwine. One possibility lies in the construction of brand new mass relays that facilitate instant travel between the Andromeda and Milky Way galaxies, enabling relevant characters and plotlines to merge and continue their narrative journeys. I've discussed the technology about this before, but it was discovered in Mass Effect Andromeda that the Geth were looking for technology to be able to travel such a distance, and recently, in the hype towards the next Mass Effect game, there's been a lot of mention of the Geth once more, so this is certainly technology that could have advanced within 600 years after the Mass Effect trilogy. Equally, they could just have some Deus Ex Machina reason just to connect the two games and make a cohesive narrative that involves both stories, allowing both plot points to kind of coincide. Now, in this context of being 600 years after the Mass Effect trilogy and combining Andromeda's events, the idea of Liara being in her Matriarch stage would align perfectly, as she can strive to achieve the ambitious goal of connecting with the Andromeda galaxy, potentially with it even being the first contact. This notion is further reinforced by Liara's previous encounter with Alec Ryder, which was revealed in Mass Effect Andromeda. During their encounter, they discussed her research on the Protheans and their empire. You see, back in 2182, Liara sent messages expressing her fascination with the prospect of exploring another galaxy, yet she was hesitant to leave the Milky Way, feeling that there was so much for her to learn about the Protheans. While Alec embarked on his extraordinary journey aboard the Hyperion, Liara remained devoted to her own studies, wishing him luck. Now fast forward, and Ryder discovers a message from Liara dated 2186, which is the year Mass Effect 3 was set. And this was sent while Alec was in stasis on the Hyperion en route to Andromeda. In this message, Liara informs Alec about the impending arrival of the Reapers and mentions the Crucible. She offers a grim warning, urging Alec and his children to never forget their home galaxy and brace themselves for the worst. This theory interjects an exhilarating layer into Liara's potential role in the next Mass Effect game, suggesting her involvement in potentially bridging the gap between the Andromeda and the Milky Way galaxies, as she's already introduced herself to the Riders and equally has so many connections to the Milky Way galaxy, of course. Now, alternatively, if we set aside the notion of connecting the Milky Way with Andromeda and we just scrap the idea of bringing forth the plot points and the stories from that galaxy, it remains entirely plausible that Liara could still very much be in her Matriarch stage, set 600, 700, 800 years after the Mass Effect trilogy. And in this scenario, Liara's focus could be on rebuilding various aspects of civilization across the Milky Way in the aftermath of the devastating Reaper War. As a Matriarch, her wisdom and experience would be invaluable in guiding and nurturing the younger Asari and even other species as they strive to rebuild and move forward, especially given the indication of the announcement trailer, with Liara treading through the heavy snow past the Reaper War, seemingly looking like the destruction ending and reclaiming what was once lost. With Liara's deep understanding of ancient civilizations, her work with Shepard, coupled with her previous role as a Shadow Broker, each would all contribute to her ability to navigate the complexities of post-war reconstruction. But in my opinion, that kind of sounds a bit too tame. I'm kind of yearning for that Andromeda Milky Way tie-in. But still, we've got another theory to explore that may shed further light on Liara's new role in the next Mass Effect game. And we're not really talking about Andromeda or Matriarch this time. This is straight up a Mass Effect 3 follow-up theory. And to do this, let's take a moment to examine the timeline and piece together some further clues. So, Mass Effect 3 unfolds in the year 2186, and the recent N7-day transmission bears the date 11/7/90. Now, one could interpret this as 104 years after Mass Effect 3, but a more plausible explanation points to the next Mass Effect game being set approximately 4 years after the defeat of the Reapers. And in this case, Liara hasn't aged into a Matriarch at all. Despite the wrinkles that initially caught our attention in the announcement trailer, these wrinkles could actually just be a result of improved graphics and character design, providing Liara with a more mature appearance in the next Mass Effect game, given next generation updates. Especially if the next Mass Effect game is actually going to be on Unreal Engine as well. This was of course a full-on cinematic trailer, not representative of gameplay anyway. So taking these factors into account, along with this cryptic tweet for the project director that we talked about, that she has a redacted title, we can speculate further that potentially Liara's new role might that be of a Council Spectre. And truth be told, she is much more deserving of that title, given her pivotal role in aiding Shepard in their fight against the Reapers and many, many more reasons. And as a Doctor, a Shadow Broker, and a Spectre, Liara would wield immense power and influence throughout the galaxy. She would have access to virtually limitless resources, including a rebuilt alliance with the Geth. You see, there was was this decoded audio from this transmission that I did break down in my previous Mass Effect video, so please check that out. But this transmission alludes to Liara discussing a remarkable discovery with a Geth unit, hinting at her involvement in their resurrection following the demise in the destroy ending of Mass Effect 3. This transmission also mentions the Council, adding another layer of intrigue, suggesting that potentially Liara feels a sense of duty to report her findings to the Council, as would be expected of a Spectre. And this theory is brought even more closer to home, as in planet Earth home, because Liara in the announcement trailer picks up a piece of N7 armor, hinting that she is indeed very much still in the Milky Way for her next mission, recentering civilization or whatever that may be, taking up the mantle that Shepard once left as a Spectre and even representing N7. Now, there is undoubtedly much more to uncover from the previous N7 day transmission to the posters we've seen and even the initial announcement trailer. But one thing does remain clear, and that is Liara's presence in the next Mass Effect will be far from inconsequential. She is poised to play a pivotal role in shaping the destiny of the galaxy once again, and I surely cannot wait to see what she's going to do and have a role to play in that. And so as we eagerly await the next Mass Effect game, the return of Liara holds immense anticipation and excitement, especially someone like me who absolutely loves Liara and romances her through and throughout. Her journey throughout the trilogy was amazing and a true testament to her growth and transformation, and it's exciting to see where she's going to go with that journey, what character arc she's going to develop further. Mike Gamble has given us much to ponder upon the next role of Liara in the next Mass Effect. And either way, we've got plenty of time to ponder these mysteries and explore Liara's many connections with Andromeda, the Geth, the Council, Shepard, N7, and so on. Please let me know all of your thoughts down below on what you think Liara is going to be doing in the next Mass Effect. What role is she going to have? Is it going to be as crucial as I think? Is it going to be more downplayed? Is she going to be a squad member? How significant do you think she's going to be in this narrative? Are you excited to see her? I'd love to hear all of your thoughts down below. What do you think the future holds for Mass Effect as a whole? For all your things Dragon Age, Mass Effect, and all that jazz, you're already in the right place. But until the next one, I've been Jackdaw, and I should go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.